I'm thinking back when you were describing your experience in PhD and you talked about going to the library, getting the books, and then coming back and like, all right, here's the thing. One of the things I was getting from that was like, and you can let me know if I'm correct or not in that analysis. One of the things I was getting from that is okay, so the sense of I'm not necessarily getting everything I need here in this moment in terms of looking at evaluation and research in a way that acknowledges these power dynamics. So then in some ways taking it upon myself to go get some additional knowledge. And then I try to bring that knowledge back and say, all right, look, here we go. And it sounded like I do remember you mentioning like it sounded like that one professor didn't like you, or whatever. And I wondered, was a part of that because of okay, I'm trying to bring some things back into the class, and it directly challenged this. Let's just look at research in this like business as usual. Here's the way you do it. That didn't attend to that. So I was wondering was a part of that from your experience, was a part of that not liking in response to, "But wait a minute, I'm just trying to elevate that there's some other dynamics that are present here that we aren't talking about that are also important for us to understand as researchers." Some ways the power structure when we challenge those things is, "Okay, here this person comes."
Really, I think that challenge to what the professor was putting forward was not welcome. But I can accept now that my attitude towards learning and towards even what I was doing in my PhD was maybe not the most productive in terms of,
Okay.
not being able to level with people, not pushing them to think other stuff that maybe they won't understand until they understand more basic stuff. So
Mhm.
me a lot of during that time, a lot of me trying to balance out my activist part
Yeah.
and action oriented personality with learning that academia is also a space to explore ideas and to expand. And obviously, and everyone has their own journey and their own process and developments. At some point after that class and after seeing that the dynamic wasn't the best, I took another stand. It was like more, let's do more Paulo Freire style of like discussions.
Mhm.
And I stepped back a lot during my PhD in terms of not just bringing stuff up that were not just being discussed at the moment, just because, there's a logic next step, actually being part of the process of other people learning and experiencing these ideas because it was like I was working with people that, for example, I was trying to explain something about cisgender people and I was just like going at it. Oh yeah, cisgender. Someone was like, "What is a cisgender person?" So I'm like,
Mhm.
just stop everything that we're doing and let's go back to the base. But I think that that was a and my husband always tells me this: practice will always be more of a teacher to you than any class and any theory. So a lot of it was a lot of my learning through activism and through being militant with different groups that I got to that point that I was so like eager to bring all this knowledge to the plane, bring all this knowledge and but I had great professors at Loyola truly that acknowledged that I had that need and was like, you know what, this is perfect. Let's do this. They channel my
Yeah.
towards evaluation, for example, or towards because evaluation is a really practical way of doing research and doing social sciences, really.